Welcome back to an exciting week at UMass EDM. Today we're going to talk about the controversy surrounding the NFL and Covergirl ad campaigns, as well as the EDM return to UMass. And to end on a light note, our Yeah Dude will be Make Love, Marry, or Kill. Stay tuned. This is Yakback. In recent events in the NFL, there's been some less than upstanding events happening. My panelists today, we have Michael Burns, we have Ali DeRosas, and Dylan Sullivan. To explain some of this controversy, we're going to have Michael Burns explain what happens in the NFL, as well as the Covergirl controversy.
So basically in the NFL's image is starting to suffer because you have multiple players that are still playing despite the fact that they've had some domestic violence issues. I think Ray Rice is the most the most well-known case of this, where the video where he basically socked his girlfriend or fiance in the elevator came out. So the issue here was Covergirl actually had models that had makeup for NFL teams on their face, and some people were getting annoyed by this, or more than annoyed because of what's been going on, and they protested this by photoshopping the models with black eyes actually. So basically they were saying like the Covergirl should not be supporting the NFL at this time with all the things that are going on.
Now, from a female perspective, how do you think, Ali, how do you think the NFL could build up the reputation that has been torn down in the recent weeks?
Well, I think they should not only suspend the players, but ban the players from the NFL. And as far as Covergirl goes, they can find other things to sponsor. I think they should revoke their sponsorship of the NFL, because other beauty products like Neutrogena, Covergirl, they revoke sponsorship when certain things happen to the celebrities, that things go on. Like I know in certain instances, a celebrity, when they get nude pictures released or something like that, Neutrogena will revoke their sponsorship. So I think Covergirl's whole message is about empowering women and giving them a voice, and I don't think that they should be supporting the NFL while this is going on. I just think it's bad for the Covergirl's image.
Yeah, exactly. And for like the male perspective, when you see like the NFL is one of the top like role models for males, like adolescents, even up to like 80-year-old men, like people look up to the NFL. Now, Dylan, how do you think this translates to like the average male's life?
It's very disheartening. I remember when I was little, I had the stereotypical dream of, I want to be a pro football player because that's the coolest thing. I started playing football in 5th grade, went all through high school, figured out I wasn't good enough to play in the NFL. So, that dream ended quickly, but it still is always like you look up to these players, and being a big-time football scholar and fan, it's really, really saddening to see every day in the news on ESPN, stuff like that these players that get paid millions of dollars to do this, to play a game, are making these terrible decisions. I mean, you had the Ray Rice incident. Now we have the Adrian Peterson incident where he was using corporal punishment on his, children, to the point where it's, almost abusive, or it is abusive. You have two more players coming out with more, being arrested for domestic abuse. And it's just, for the average male, you still want to, watch football every Sunday and enjoy that atmosphere and go to the games. But when you start to see more of this stuff in the news, it kind of takes away from, the fun of it, because, you're thinking in the back of your head that, I'm rooting for these guys that are doing so much wrong in their life, So it's tough. It's tough as a big time football fan. So.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you have the dichotomy of rooting for these fans, but like being against their messages. And Bernsey, how do you think we can reverse these messages? Well, I guess the NFL, how can they reverse these messages to promote like a higher admiration for these players that have been doing such heinous acts lately?
The issue for me is like when you look at an entity like the NFL, ultimately they're not as much as we would want them to be. They're not these like good value corporation. Ultimately, they're just trying to make as much money as possible. And if they say they're worried about their image, what they're worried about is not making as much money. So to me, it's like, I mean, and like as a fan, also, are fans going to stop watching football because of this? I don't think so. I think really what it brings up an issue of domestic violence, which is not necessarily related to the NFL. So people have to channel their outrage to domestic violence as a whole. That's what I've heard a lot of people saying, and not just get outraged at Roger Goodell or whatever, because he's not. Roger Goodell himself, for anybody.
He's not the one who did it.
Right.
He just, and granted, I don't mean to interrupt, but granted his 2-game suspension earlier when they knew. They probably had the first and the second video, and it's most likely that they did. It shouldn't have been as lenient as they did. The 2-game suspension when you got Josh Gordon from the Cleveland Browns, who, he's an idiot. He's gotten in trouble multiple times, but it's for smoking weed. And he's been suspended the whole year.
Right.
And you have a man taking his anger out on a woman, which I don't care if you're provoked. I don't care if they're yelling in your face. You should never put your hands on a woman. No matter how angry you get, because you're taking your anger out on someone who might not be able to defend themselves. And I'm not saying that about all women, because I'm sure there's some women out there that could kick my butt, but it just, there's no excuse for it.
And in response to that, especially if you're an NFL player, it's ridiculous. But I also have to bring up another point, is that people are so outraged at the NFL, but you also have to consider that the law screwed up, because he got like anger management class or something like that when it was clear that he was found guilty, and like what would most people just get? I mean, it's like the law screwed up. So can you blame the NFL? Does Roger Goodell have to take the law into his own hands now?
Well, I think that the NFL did need to take out more of a punishment, because if videos are being leaked of men abusing their husbands, men abusing their wives, they're public figures. They're responsible for the image of the NFL. They're very responsible for a lot of people knowing what's going on in their lives, and they should know better to hit their wife in an elevator where there's obviously going to be a security camera. Like, there needs to be more of a punishment for that, because you can't set an example for other NFL players to be like, oh, I can do whatever I want because this guy abused his wife and only got a 2-game suspension. Like, there is a reason to be mad at the NFL in general for that. Maybe the law screwed up, but I do totally understand where the anger is coming from for the NFL.
Well, to end us off, I mean, it's a lot of negligence. It's just Goodell and the whole NFL is negligent to this whole issue. They're pushing it under the rug, and that displays support for this kind of act. Now, Allie, when I'm sure you've been using Covergirl products or similar to Covergirl, when they support the NFL like they have been, does that make you hesitant to go towards their products? Does that make you disband them as a company, or?
I mean, I think for me, yes, but I do think that they know that there are not enough people that care enough about things like this to actually stop using their products.
Exactly. I mean, I guess that's what it just boils down to, is that there's so many people interested in things like NFL, Covergirl, and it's unfortunately too big of an issue that so many people support, that we really got to start at square one and think about values, and I don't know, this needs to be really nipped in the butt. But anyway, that's all we have for this segment. Stay tuned, we'll be talking about the UMass return of EDM shows. Stay with us. this year marks a new year of UMass history. We have gotten back EDM shows. My panelists today, Oren Barco, Allie Bush, and Robert West. Oren, how do you feel about the return of UMass EDM?
I'm honestly very, very excited. I'm not like a huge EDM fan, but I'm really into like alternative electronic music. And when they canceled Pretty Lights last year, I was honestly heartbroken. But here we are back with some pretty crazy shows. Fantasia's coming back. It's like Cirque du Soleil on Molly, I think is what they call it. And then Skrillex and Big Gigantic are coming here, and you know all those crazy little raver kids are gonna come out of the woodwork, and it's gonna be very interesting to see.
Yes, and the return of EDM means one thing. A couple years ago, they canceled EDM. Allie, why did they cancel?
I think they were worried that people would like take a lot of drugs before the show. I don't know. I'm not personally an EDM fan, but I know that I guess a lot of the fans before they go like to experiment with drugs a little bit, and I know people have like overdosed in the past and like been hospitalized or even died. I know that actually happened in Boston, I think, like just last year. So I think in light of those incidents, they decided to cancel them here just to prevent that from happening.
Now, while UMass canceled it to preserve our safety, now do you think that it's almost like a violation of freedom for these kids to not be going to their shows that they want to go to, like the way that UMass just took them from them? Do you think that was wrong in any light?
Yeah, I don't think that UMass should have canceled the concert. There's no reason to cancel any event because people are doing drugs somewhere else, and like you can't control everyone. You have to let people do what they're gonna do. There's no way you can stop an entire 30,000 person campus from like not one person taking ecstasy or Molly or any drug before they go to one of these concerts. So
Yeah, I agree. I think people are going to do what they're going to do either way.
Yeah.
So canceling an event is just going to lead them to be disappointed, and maybe they would, I don't know, maybe they would do it anyways to kind of like stick it to the man. I don't know. So
authoritarian moves never
Yeah,
work.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like ever since they canceled it, it was almost like the student body versus the administrative body. It was just like there's no middle ground. And Oren, how do you think that they could think of a way to like mediate between the two groups instead of clashing head to head?
Well, I think that there should be more conversation, obviously, like have an open line of communication where students and administrative personnel can actually talk and try and sort things out instead of just the administration laying down the gavel and telling us what's what. I do also think that they should, one of the side effects of taking one of the more popular drugs at EDM shows, Molly or MDMA, is that you get dehydrated, and you know you're moving around a lot, you're very speedy, you're doing a lot of stuff, and you sweat all your body fluids out, and you're very dehydrated, and that's how people die. So I think that they should have free water. They should have medical access points all over Mullen Center, and I think that if they treat it like something that could be prevented instead of just like this, instead of like your kids are breaking the law, then I think that everyone's lives would be a little bit better.
So what you're saying is like you want more regulations on the students themselves rather than the shows.
I think that there should just be more access to there should be more information around. There should be more, access to water and, like a place to rest if you're tired, or, so people don't just like dance and then collapse.
Yeah, preventative things generally work better.
Mm-hmm.
Like prohibition didn't stop people from drinking, so canceling this concert's not going to stop people from taking Molly.
That's a very good point. Now, Allie, as you mentioned, you're not a very big EDM person.
yes.
What does the return of EDM mean for students who aren't into that scene? Is it an annoyance? Is it welcomed? Is it?
I mean, for me personally, I welcome it because I want people to like support whatever kind of music they like. Like I know if some band that I liked was coming and then it got canceled because they thought people were gonna like drink before or something, like I'd be really irritated because I would really want to see that performer. So I'm excited for the people who wanted to go who get to have it back now, but as long as they're safe.
Yeah, I mean safety is like the number one
concern.
Yeah.
Safety is the number one policy over here at UMass.
It's just a matter of UMass looking at us as students and people rather than just a number.
Yeah.
And like I think we would all be pretty distraught if the one thing that you were looking forward to, like whether it be a Fantasia concert or whatever, like if they just took that from you, how would you feel, Rob? Like your one thing that draws you to UMass, like.
Pretty upset. Yeah, pretty upset if
Yeah.
they took one thing I was looking forward to at the Mullen Center.
One thing that really bugs me is that how they're not treating us, the UMass administration isn't really treating us as people, but like as an impending lawsuit. And that's, I don't know, that we're kind of just like, if someone gets hurt, then we're gonna sue them, and it's just all about money to them, you know. It's not about
It's like
giving a variety to the acts that they have in the Mullen Center and about having access to, you know, a popular type of music that a lot of their students like.
I mean, it's always good to get back on the right foot. The return of EDM is back. Everyone can have their good times and go out. But for here at UMass Yakback, we have one more segment. Please stay with us. We'll go anywhere. All right, welcome back to Yak Back. Right now we have a very special game called Make Love, Marry, or Kill. Our panelists today, we have Allie, Jess, and Oren. Let's get started. Start with Allie. Kristen Wiig, Amy Poehler, or Tina Fey?
Ooh, that's a good one.
I would marry Tina Fey. Damn. I would marry Tina Fey. I know for a fact, but
You have Kristen Wiig and Amy Poehler left.
I guess I would kill Kristen Wiig and make love to Amy Poehler. Sadly, but true.
Jess, you're up.
All right.
Yeah?
Tom Welling, Christopher Reeves, or Henry Cavill?
I don't know.
If you don't
Who are
know,
those people?
I don't know.
they
who
are the people who have played the most famous editions of Superman. Tom Welling is from Smallville. Christopher Reeves is the most famous Superman ever.
Still,
And Henry
yeah.
Cavill is from Man of Steel.
Nope.
All right,
I'll just-
Christopher Reeves,
You
old.
want- give it to him.
All right, Oren.
Pass it over. I don't know who they
I
are.
would make love to Christopher Reeve because I think it would get really kinky with that wheelchair. And I don't know the other two, but I just wanted to chime in there and just say that.
He just wants to
You're
make love.
you're an
My 2
a,
cents
you're an
there.
actual awful person. Let's go back to Jess.
That's what my therapist says.
Randy, Paula, or Simon?
Okay. I think I would make hate to Simon, not make love, because it would be pretty mean.
It's the best kind.
And then I think I would kill Randy and marry Paula.
All right. Let's give Oren a real one. Ooh, the best one out there. Robert Downey Jr.,
Ugh.
Chris Evans, or Scarlett Johansson.
I would make sweet love. Scarlett Johansson.
Chris Evans.
I would kill Chris Evans and marry Robert Downey Jr.
Oh my God. You wouldn't make love to Robert?
I'm married to him.
Boy,
I can make
Robbie?
love to him anytime I want.
That's true.
Allie. Monica, Rachel, or Phoebe?
Ooh, I would marry Phoebe because she's interesting and I think she's cool. I would kill Monica because she's so anal. And I would make love to Rachel for obvious reasons.
For obvious reasons. Okay.
If she's anal, why wouldn't you make love to her?
All right, relax.
That's a catch.
Relax.
Girls like that are a catch, huh?
Joffrey Baratheon, Jar Jar Binks, or Kid Rock.
All right. I would kill Joffrey.
He's already dead.
I would make love to Jar Jar. He'd be cool to look at, and I'd marry the third one. Who's the third one?
He'd be cool
Kid
to
Rock.
look at.
He'd have his like little like floppy ears, things hitting you in the face.
Oren,
Hit me.
Kim, Khloe, or Kourtney Kardashian.
Oh, god damn it.
Just kill them all.
Whip out the
All dead.
flamethrower and I don't know. Kill Kim. What are the other two's names? I don't know.
Courtney and Khloe.
Courtney and Khloe. I'd marry Khloe and make love to Courtney. Is that
Reasonable.
acceptable?
Yeah, that's
Reasonable.
reasonable.
People who know that they are who they are. Is that cool?
I can't tell the difference between.
Ooh.
They're just
Allie
Persian
gets
rats.
Allie
to
gets
me.
one of my favorite.
Hate them.
The cast of X-Men First Class. We get Mystique, who is Jennifer Lawrence, Professor X, who's James McAvoy, Magneto, who's Michael Fassbender.
I would kill Michael Fassbender, marry James McAvoy, and make sweet love to Mystique.
Okay.
Mystique's.
Okay.
Mystique's pretty odd.
Okay.
Those are my choices
Jess?
exactly.
Sean Connery,
All right.
Pierce Brosnan. I don't.
What?
Pierce
Can't-
Brosnan?
It's from
Who's
Mamma
that?
Mia. He's the guy.
No. Never
And
seen
Daniel
Mamma Mia.
Craig.
Who's that?
Give her another one.
007?
These are all
Oh,
James
okay.
Bonds.
Well, I don't know who the middle dude is.
All right. I mean,
Pierce
you're pretty
Brosnan.
terrible at this game.
My
The more
bad.
pieces of paper I throw down because of you. Prince Harry, Will, or Kate?
I'd
Oren?
marry Kate. Kill Will. And who's the last one?
Make love.
Oh, make
Harry?
love to
Harry.
Harry.
You hear this?
Oh, man. I wish I had this one. Oren, you're lucky.
Yeah?
Jon Snow, Robb Stark, even though it's spelled wrong, and Jaime Lannister, even though that's spelled wrong as well.
All right, I don't watch Game of Thrones, but I know who these people are.
Yeah, you do.
Okay, so who are they again? Jon Snow,
Jon Snow and
Jaime-
Robb Stark.
Robb
They're
Stark,
brothers,
Jaime
by the way, if
Lannister.
that helps you.
Don't make
decide.
love to Jon Snow because he knows nothing.
Okay.
Have you read
Die
when they're
Hard
in the
fan.
cave?
I
He
would
knows something.
kill Jon Snow, marry Jaime Lannister, and make. I'd bone the other person.
Robb Stark.
Rob Schneider.
I'll tell him.
I'd bone Rob Schneider.
Make love.
Why can't we say bone?
Allie?
Because
Sounds less creepy.
Yeah.
Make love is a very creepy term.
It was just the word I chose, and I guess it wasn't the best. But Betty White, Angelina Jolie, Miley Cyrus.
Kill Angelina Jolie.
Whoa,
I
that was
really don't
quick.
like her. Marry Betty White, obviously, because I bet she makes really good food.
And you
Then
get
you're gonna
that
make
inheritance money
yeah,
real soon.
real soon. And then I would
Like next
make
week.
love to
Miley?
Miley Cyrus because that'd be weird and awesome. You should do one to end it.
Yeah, here, give me a piece of paper.
All right,
I'll read
yeah.
one. I'll read one for you.
Pick one for me.
All right, let's do.
Do the panelist one.
Ooh, Jay, Silent Bob, or Randall.
Kill Randall. I would make sweet love to Jay. He's just like that hair, that face. You can't get better. And Silent Bob, he doesn't talk. He's fine.
Would you vote me? I'd vote me.
I would.
For that thing. All right.
Would you do me?
I'd do me.
Are you guys still pushing questions to me?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Let's each ask them one.
All right.
Okay.
Just quickly.
This is stupid.
Okay. Peter Griffin, Joe Swanson, or Glenn Quagmire?
Someone wrote down an answer. on
Make
this
love
one.
to Swanson, marry
That is true.
Peter, and kill Quag.
I'm not asking this.
All right.
All right, Allie, we got one more.
And I'm the messed up one for
All right.
wanting
We
to
got.
have sex with Christopher
We're
Reeve?
ending it with this one. Allie, Jess, or Oren?
Oren. I'm marrying Oren right now. We're gonna spend the rest of our lives together.
That's right. That's right, baby.
Kill Allie and make love to Jess. That's how it goes.
See you backstage.
Well, it was a great episode, and I hope to see you guys back very soon. Cause this is the type of antics that we're up to at Yak Back. Throw a piece of paper at each other and ask who wants to marry or kill people. But stay tuned, because we're about to get real weird in the studio. Come back.
Get real weird.
See you next week.